Good morning, students. In SYBSc for Environmental Awareness Program, I am going to deal with the topic Nature and Scope of Environmental Studies, where we are going to discuss the environment, its terminology, then types of environment and its scope with respect to different branches. Let's know first what is environment. So this is a French word. It means encircle or to surround. This is a sum total of biotic as well as the abiotic components. It deals with the studies of interrelationship of organisms with their physical, which is nothing but the abiotic, and the biotic environment, which is related with the plants, animals as well as the microbes. There are two types of environment. One is natural, which is a self-regulating mechanism, and another one that is a man-made environment which does not self-regulating environment. So why there is a need to study the different branches of the environment and its scope and importance. So in consideration of this environmentally sustainable development, India contributed to United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, that is UNCED. This was also referred as the Earth Summit, which was held at Rio de Janeiro, which is capital of Brazil, and it was held in 3rd to 14th June in 1992. So this Earth Summit leads to the different norms as well as some rules which are related to the environment friendly practices. So this environment, it is deals with the ecology, and this is also called as a branch of environmental biology. So this is ecology. Again, it is a combination of two words, that is okios means house and logos means to study. So in brief, the ecology, for example, if a single organism, then its population and its relationship with the community, means with respect to other organism, and further this is which is related to the ecosystem, means that community with plants, animals, other type of animals and other type of microbes in that system, and that is related to the biosphere. Now we are going in detail in future lectures about the biosphere and its subclasses. So there are mainly two types of ecology. One is haute ecology, which is related to the biotic as well as the abiotic environmental components, where interaction of organism with the environment is taken into consideration. But here, as compared to the syn ecology, in haute ecology, ecology of a single species and relation between single species and its environment is considered, whereas in syn ecology there is structure, number, development, distribution, interaction and many more factors are considered. But instead of a single species, there is a consideration of different plants and animals living in forests and their interrelationship with the environment as well as the among themselves. For example, we can consider a forest community where different plants and animals, they can live together, and also microbes can decompose the material and the cycle continues. So this is nothing but the syn ecology. But a single species, for example, any tiger and its relatives, its effect on the other components of that forest, that may be a part of haute ecology. Okay, so there are different branches of ecology apart from this haute ecology and syn ecology, which are with a few highlights I'm going to discuss over here. So population ecology, it is a growth, topic, structure, metabolism and regulation of a population. The world itself gives you idea about the population studies. Community ecology corresponds to the ecology of different populations in same habitat and the same environmental conditions. So community ecology, again it is related to the population, but the same habitat and same environmental conditions are taken into consideration. Taxonomic ecology, here the ecology of different taxonomic groups is studied. Habitat is with respect to the different plants and animals habitats are studied in this type of ecology. Human ecology, obviously the effect of human activities on environment and vice versa are studied. So pedology is another branch of ecology where study of soil is taken into consideration. Ethology, where the study of animal behaviors in different environments and under their natural conditions has been considered. And ecosystem ecology, it includes biological productivity of an ecosystem and nature, how it can be best served for the mankind. No doubt different names are there for the branches of the ecology, but each branch is related to the other. So here another one, that is ecogeography, where geographical distribution of plants and animals in different types of environment has been studied. Gene ecology is a relationship of environment with genetic variability. The important component of a gene ecology is a genetic variability is considered. Whereas ecophysiology, in which physiological adaptations according to the ecological condition. For example, different rainfall areas and vegetation, it varies with respect to the rainfall. So in Baramati area we can observe, because of the low rainfall, the plants as well as the animals, they are varied with respect to its distribution as well as its population as when we compare to the other parts nearby Baramati or nearby areas from the Baramati Tehsil. So this is nothing but the ecophysiological part, which is branch of ecology. Chemical ecology is with respect to the chemical affinity or preferences shown by the different organisms. And last but not the least, that is applied ecology, where applications of ecological concepts for human needs, which is with wildlife management, biological control, forestry and many more branches are taken into consideration for the applied ecology. So this is a wide subject for the study of different branches of the ecology. Why there is a need to study the environmental related problems? Because nowadays whole world is facing to the issues which is related to the global warming or ozone depletion, acid rain, marine pollution as well as the biodiversity. So day by day there is a loss in different diversities as well as in different plants and animals varieties, or we are going to lose them because of industrialization and as well as the development. And that no doubt urbanization, industrial growth, telecommunication, transportation, high-tech agricultural, they are giving us a good results, but at the same time we are paying loss of the biodiversity. So there is a need to come with both the issues which goes hand in hand. Apart from this, explosive increase in population, as 16% of the world population and only 2.4% of land area which is suitable for living of a human being. That's why there is a heavy pressure on the natural resources including land. And because of this heavy pressure, There are different problems which is related to the soil health, that leads to the deficiency of micronutrients, organic matter. Soil salinity is also going to increase, and that results into the damage of whole soil structure. Ultimately, this gives results for the yield as well as the quality of the food as well as the other components of our ecosystem. But we cannot stop, and there is a need for alternative solution, and that can be achieved by environmentally sound and sustainable development. As I told in one slide about the Earth Summit, and the outcome or the main aim of that Earth Summit is to go for the environmentally sound as well as the sustainable development. And for this there is a need for wise planning of the development. But this development, it is obviously dependent on the resource availability. So these resources that should be used with plan, and any type of development should be planned ecologically for the sustenance of the environment as well as the development. We are observing number of issues as now we are facing with this corona condition, and after unlocking we can observe the air quality air quality loses in different mega cities, and before unlocking, in lockdown condition, there were good condition of air. So all these factors we have to consider, and we cannot stop. As I said, we cannot stop for the our development, but in development we also have to consider the environmentally sound as well as the sustainable development. Last but not the least, what is the scope of this ecology as well as the environmental biology studies? So it helps us to tackle the problems like population, increase in population, increase in pollution, floods, ozone depletion, global warming, and this can leads to the study of different branches of this ecology, and why there is a need to tackle this problem to maintain the ecological balance and understanding the different cycles, because each and every component of the ecosystem has its unique role for proper cycling of the any component of the ecosystem. It also helps us to protect the flora as well as the fauna, and we can maintain balance in nature, and we can prevent the ecological disasters by study of different criterias and its outcome, or which are related with that specific problems, and its solutions can helps us to conserve our biodiversity as well as to conserve our flora, fauna, and obviously this can play an important role in human welfare, agriculture, as well as the conservation of wildlife, which is the wealth of our India as well as the country. So this is all about the term environment, ecology, and different branches of the ecology we have studied in this lecture. In next lecture we will go for the components of the environment in detail. Thank you.